In this video, we are going to be talking about graphing from a table, and then we're going to talk about graphing a line. So one thing you may see sometimes is that you are given a table and you are asked to plot the points. It might look something like this, where you have all of your x values on one side and all of the y values on the other. And what I like to do when I see tables like this is I like to write out my points as ordered pairs. I feel like it makes it a little easier to tell what's going on. So each pair like this can be written as an ordered pair. So I'm going to write them off to the side like this. So we have -3, -7, -1, -3, 1, 1, and 3, 5. And now we have these points that are written as ordered pairs, and we know exactly what to do with these because we've already done this before. So I've copied over our ordered pairs. We have another coordinate plane. This is our x. This is our y. We just want to remember which one is the y-axis and which one is the x-axis, so we label them. And we're going to go through and we're going to label each of these, or find each of these points. So I'm going to label this first one with my x and my y. I'm going to find -3 on the x-axis, so I need to start in the middle at the origin and move over until I get to, whoops, that was positive. So I need to go to the negative side. -3, which is right here in between -2 and -4. Now I'm going to go to my y, and this is -7, so I start at the origin and I need to go down until I get to -7, which is in between -7 and -8 right here. All right, I'm going to draw my guidelines. So here at -7, the line is going to go across. And then at -3, our guideline is going to go down. And I can see that these two guidelines cross right here. So that's where my point is going to be. Okay, so we're just going to move on to the next point and do the same thing. Here's our x. Here's our y. So I'm going to keep going. We're going to start at the origin, go over to -1, which is right here, and then go to the origin to find where y is -3. So I need to go down to -3, which is in between -2 and -4. I'm going to use my guidelines to go across from -3 and down from -1. I can see that these two guidelines are going to cross right here. So now I'm going to get rid of my guidelines. And I can move on to my next set of points. So x is 1, positive this time. Y is also +1. So starting at the origin, I'm going to move along my x-axis until I find +1, which is right here. Same thing with my y. I start at at my origin and I go up on the y-axis until I get to where y is 1, which is right here. I use my guidelines. 1 going up from 1. This going across from 1, and my point is right here. Moving along to my last point, I have x is 3, y is 5. So I need to start at my origin, go across the x-axis until x is 3, which is going to be right here. And then same thing with y. I'm going to start at the origin, go up until I get to where y is 5, which is right here. I will draw my guidelines. One guideline, another guideline, and I can see that they cross. So my point is going to be right there where they cross. Okay, so now I have successfully plotted all of my points the last thing we want to go over is how to graph a line. And I did pick these points on purpose because as you can see, once we've graphed all of our points, we can see that these line up. These create a line. And sometimes you're going to be asked to graph a line based on some points, or sometimes you'll get an equation, which is not something we're going to talk about today. But what you do when you're supposed to graph a line is, you've plotted all your points. Now all you have to do is connect them. It's pretty simple. So we're just going to do that. We're going to take a line and we're going to connect all of our dots like this. And what you want to do is add an arrow to the end because this line could go on forever. And there you have it. You have successfully graphed a line with the points that were given.